Intro to Algebra. But first, if you've taken this class before, comment below what you did, study tips, your takes on it, everything about it. That'll help out people that are taking it right now. And for the people that are watching this video to figure out if it's a good class or not, comment below if this video helped you or not, like it anyways. And here's my takes on it. First of all, I was very close to grading out of it by taking the perk test. I was 1 point from grading out of it completely and just doing intermediate algebra. But personally, I know that when it comes to mathematics, there's always gaps, and if anything, even if it was a course that I knew everything about it, it's still good practice and it's good repetition of just making me fresh on how to do all the algebra and mathematics. And personally, I had a phenomenal teacher. I took it in class, and the only few things that I had problems with. One, remembering her name, remembering how to pronounce it. I usually just called her professor. She had 2 master's degrees. She knew inside and out, and also how to teach it 2 different ways, every single problem, every single solution, which was phenomenal. I really liked the repetition of her showing it both ways on how to do a project. And personally, because it's a 4-credit class, but it's mathematics, expect to do about 20 hours of homework every single week to understand it. You're going to need a tutor. Hopefully your college has a tutor for it, because the tutor will speed up your understanding of it double, if not more. Personally, because of coronavirus, I am afraid that coronavirus will still be around in fall. If it's still around in fall and they only give me option of online, I'm not going to take mathematics. That's how important I believe a teacher is when you're learning a subject like mathematics. It is definitely something that you need a teacher's hands-on approach to learn it. Sometimes I understand, for me, multiplication's super easy. I can understand that. I can do the powers, super easy. But now when you do division or negative numbers, that's where it takes me to say, hold up, let's do step by step by step. Because multiplication, I can just shortcut and do it in my head if I wish. But because I know that there's some limits towards my mathematical ability, I need to do pen and paper on certain equations, and I get the answer correct every single time. A few times, which I found it hilarious, and my teacher, A+. The program that they use, which is called Aleks, I would say C+. Reason for it is it's AI technology, which I personally liked how they did it, because you would have to learn, I think it was 200 and something problems that you had learned for the whole course, okay? Which basically, Aleks would have you do a 24 question test, and based on that, parts of the test would be already done. You didn't even have to go over that again. But then the downside is, if you cheated, which you couldn't if you take it in classroom because the professor's right in front of you, the downside of it is if you even cheated and got 100 on that 20 question test, then the problems that you have to do, you better know those problems, because they all built on top of each other. Which, because it built up on top of each other, that's what I liked. Because I didn't want to be like, okay, I now know 1 + 1 = 2, and then it asked me like 1 billion times 1 trillion, a huge number or something totally different type of thing, based off of, oh, you just learned 1 + 1. And personally, that's what I liked, was the building blocks on it. It was very well structured in that way. The one thing that made me grade it a C+ was the testing. The testing on Aleks was terrible, and thanks to my ability of pattern recognition, I was able to realize that basically they have it set up where you learn chapter 1, chapter 2, then you take a test. Personally, I thought it was you're taking a test on chapter 1, chapter 2. That's the test. Halfway through the course, which hurt me, was they would do chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, half of chapter 3 for the test. And it's like you didn't even study chapter 3 at all. And even the program was like, you're done for the week after you did chapter 2, which that hurt me until the last test. I realized, oh crud, I have to learn all those chapters, memorize the formulas. But getting back to it, if you didn't know anything, you got all those questions wrong on the evaluation, you would be doing about 20 projects, 20 formulas, different formulas that build on top of each other per week, which could be 30 hours a week. That's the bad side. If you're good at math, you might have, like me, there was a few weeks that I had only 7 problems to do, and it literally only took me an hour to understand them. And I'm talking about hour per, so it's 8 hours. And the program that I used, which was Aleks, it had a minimum time you had to study was 8 hours, which personally, you'll be studying about 20 hours, so that shouldn't matter if you're really taking it serious. There were some students that already had a well-rounded knowledge on it, but they were like me, I'm guessing, or they were taking it as an elective, which why would you take it as elective? But they did it, and the problem was they would pass the homework in 3 hours, but you have 5 hours remaining. You either practice it, which I had to do that a few times myself, or you don't get a perfect grade for that, which was a heavy part of your grade. But once you learn that, it was a very well-rounded class. Aleks, the learning modules, they give you the problem and then they have a learning module for it. The learning module really wasn't that good. I had to have my teacher teach, or my professor teach it over and over again because Aleks wasn't doing a good job on certain sections. Would I take it in class versus online? I already said it. I would take it in class, hands down. And if this helped you, because honestly, expect 30 hours a week of homework, okay? If you get a week that, oh, you understand it and it's less than 8, cool, that's a blessing. But you want to have a professor, you want to have a tutor, those two things will help speed up your understanding, speed up your knowledge on it. And this course is well worth it. It's very good to take because it's the building blocks to go to intermediate. And my name is Dorian Howell. Please comment below if this helped you. Again, if you've watched this video all the way through, comment the word I love math, or not the word, the sentence I love math. Thank you very much. Subscribe to my channel for more college review videos like this, financial videos as well. And thank you very much. And stay healthy and wash your hands.